Good afternoon and welcome to the Humidor Report. Justin here from Beaumont's very own Cigar Club. We're going to have a slightly different Humidor Report this week. This week we are not actually talking about anything on the table or in the humidor. We're going to tackle a couple of things that have happened in the industry this week. Technically we got three things. The first, we'll take the light one first and foremost. The PCA trade show is coming up next weekend, or actually by the time y'all see this video, in a few days. So we will have, they were already seeing announcements. There are new product announcements that are coming out throughout the industry, but everything is rolling out big. So stand by, hang tight. All that stuff is going to be coming out of the trade show happening in New Orleans this year, and it will be taking place again from the time of the airing of this video next weekend, the weekend of the 12th. So we will see all of that new stuff coming from there. But there are two other big things industry-wide this week, both of which are pretty unfortunate circumstances. But we're going to let you know what we do know about these things so far. So first and foremost, earlier this week, a considerable fire took place at the A.J. Fernandez factory, Tabacalera A.J. Fernandez in Esteli. We still do not know exactly the cause of the fire or the extent of the damage, but as the week has progressed, it does appear that the damage is considerable. Some videos that have been posted, it makes it appear that the fire started, I believe, in the packaging area, but a large number of packaging packaging materials and finished boxes and the like, as well as a large portion of the factory's aging rooms were completely destroyed by fire. Some of the estimates for the amount of damage are getting into the millions of dollars. So this was not a small fire. This was a considerable factory fire. And not only is it just going to affect the A.J. Fernandez branded products, but you got to bear in mind how much product that A.J. makes for other people. Stuff from Altadas, your Monte Cristo 1935s, Monte Cristo Nicaragua series, H. Upman by A.J. Fernandez, Diesel. There is Hoya de Monterey product. There is Partagas product, I believe, that he's making. Southern Draw is entirely made by AJ. So he is literally all over this room. So this fire is going to affect probably, I would say, maybe at least half the manufacturers in this industry. That is how big AJ's footprint is in the industry right now. For some smaller manufacturers who are all but exclusively made at AJ, Foundation comes to mind. Southern Draw is another. This could be a huge impact on those small manufacturers and AJ's ability to get product manufactured for them. The good news from AJ is AJ does have another factory. That is the San Lotano factory. That's about 40 miles south of Tabacalera A.J. Fernandez. You'll see the Espinosa product, knuckle sandwich, and stuff like that that comes out of there. So with that factory still A-okay, we'll see how much of the capacity that they can pick up from the Esteli factory, and hopefully this won't be a catastrophic impact on the industry, but it is going to be something to be noticed. There's going to be a lot of AJ product that is probably going to be very hard to find in the days, weeks, months, and hopefully not much longer than that to come. But again, we will have to see. The other news that is kind of shaking the cigar industry this week are the new tariffs that are taking effect, or that have been announced and that will be taking effect on all imported goods coming into the United States. This is another thing that is not looking good for the cigar industry. As it stands, some of the numbers that we are seeing as far as trying to gauge the impact on the industry is it does appear that we're looking at 10% tariffs on all product coming out of the Dominican Republic and coming out of Honduras. Fortunately, that's not terrible, but a 10% tariff is going to be reflected in prices, and that should be coming sooner rather than later. The biggest issue to deal with is Nicaragua, the darling country of the industry right now, probably where I would dare I say the bulk of the product is coming from these days. But due to existing tariffs in Nicaragua against the U.S., we're going to be looking at a 18 or 19, but it sounds like 19, if what I'm hearing is correct, percent tariff on all products exported out of Nicaragua, which is likely going to translate into a near 20% increase on all of those products when it comes to your retail pricing. There is nothing that any retailer anywhere can do about it. And the way tariffs work and pricing and stuff works is the manufacturers are going to add those tariffs to the cost of the product. So it's not going to be something line itemed on your invoices. It's not something that's going to be separated. It is just going to turn into a sweeping series of price increases that we will be seeing likely in the next couple of months. Most manufacturers do their annual price increases in the first quarter, so pretty much everything in the room has already had its 2025 price increase. But once this year's PCA trade show ends and all of the manufacturers get back to the offices and back to normalcy post-trade show, that is going to be the subject of the day. How are these manufacturers going to handle these tariffs, and what kind of price increases are those going to translate to? Whatever price increases will be coming from this, we should probably expect them relatively soon. These manufacturers all have a lot of product already stateside, so they're not paying the tariffs on that. That will at least give them some operating product for now as they figure it all out and see where all the dice are going to fall on this. But I would not be surprised if we saw price increases from no less than, let's say, 3/4 of the manufacturers represented in this humidor within the next couple of months. And that will make the second price increase from all of these manufacturers in 2025. So we'll be keeping our eye on that. Again, a lot of this is speculative. There's nothing really hard, I think, as far as to what any individual manufacturer is going to do. I did read an article from Half Wheel that they were inquiring if these tariffs are going to affect the PCO trade show deals, because everybody does big deals for the trade show and everybody's already announced their deals. So far, it seems like nobody has said that they will be changing their PCA deals due to the tariffs. No one has gone on record and said that the deals will change because of that. However, there are some PCA deals that have changed because of the AJ Fernandez factory fire. But again, we're going to be following both of those as far as what AJ is doing, how they're able to produce, how they're recovering from that, and where everything's going to go with these price increases and the new tariffs that are looming and now destined to set into place here within the next few weeks. So that's what's the big news this week in the industry. Hopefully that's enough of the bad news for now. We can focus on the trade show, all the new product coming out this year. I've actually already had some samples of new product dropped in my hands just this very week. So we'll be checking out the new stuff, and we will be letting y'all know about all the fancy, cool new stuff we find right here on the Humidor Report. So that's going to wrap us up for this week's edition. Remember to like the page, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications if you haven't done so yet, so you can stay up to date with everything that is hip and happening here at Cigar Club. That will wrap us up for this week's edition. We will be back next week with more. And until then, I'm Justin, and we'll see you at the club.